Hey guys, I'm Mike Burns here at Oceanair Sports, and I am in the board rental center, and I have the perfect board picked out for today's video. I'm going to go over with you guys. We had a request for somebody wanting to know where to put their foot straps on their brand new board they bought from here, and it got shipped to them and didn't have the foot straps on the board already, and they weren't sure where to put them. So I'm going to go over why we put foot straps in certain holes and not others, depending on the type of sailing we want to do. All right, and this is all personal preference. There's no right or wrong answer. You got to figure out what you want to do with the board. If you want to go as fast as you possibly can, you put them in one spot. If you're more of a, you want to get into freestyle and kind of wave riding, you're going to put them in another. Okay. All right, so this is a good choice of board because this is kind of like, this is the Severna Dino. It's the all-around bump and jump. You can do some waves. You can do freestyle. You can blast. It's pretty fast. And a lot of it depends on where you put your foot straps and how you set up the board. All right, so this board in particular has an outboard set of holes and an inboard set of holes in both the front and back. So what we want to do, if you want to set it up like me and you're kind of working on some freestyle stuff, or you want to do some bump and jump stuff, you don't really have to be the guy that's passing everybody all the time. I'm going to set them up on the inboard position. What that does, setting them up inboard so you're closer to the center line, is it does two things. It gets your body weight closer and more forward kind of on the board. So you're over the board, you have more foot control with the board. And the other thing is when the straps are close to the center line, you can use your toe pressure to turn rail to rail, right? So if your feet are back here and you push on your toes, you won't be able to get the other side of the board in the water too well. So this is the setup you're going to use if you want to, maybe if you're working on your jibes, you want to be more centered over the board. If you're working on your wave riding, you want to be more centered over the board. For freestyle, you have to be centered over the board. So that's why we're going to set the straps up in the inboard position. If we want the maneuverability, we want more control, that's the inner set. Now the outer set on the same board, it's going to kind of transform it a little bit. And it's not just this particular board, it's any board that comes with the options of outer and inner straps. All right, so now if I move into the outer position, what that does is it gives me more leverage on the fin. So it takes away a little bit of my ability to rock from rail to rail, and it kind of has me leaning more outboard as opposed to being standing up straight over the board. So when I kind of get the straps outboard, I have a lot more leverage on the fin, which is going to create pressure to go forward faster. So general rule of thumb, when you want to go as fast as possible, you want the straps as far out to the rail as possible and as far back as possible. So that's going to be your speedy setup, is all the way out and all the way back. And when you want to have the most control as possible, or you know, you're into freestyle or whatever, you're going to have it inboard and more forward. All right, and most likely the spot you're going to find is somewhere in the middle. So it's kind of important. You can, you know, just mess around with your board and find that happy spot that makes it work for you. And hope you learned something today, and hope that helps you figure out where to put your straps on your brand new board that you just picked up. All right, so if you guys have any more requests for some videos, I'm here at Oceanair Sports, and I would love to help you out. All right, have a good one.